What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kev's Kitchen. Did you miss me? That was a trick question. I know you did. Sorry for the delay. I know I told you guys I was going to roll out some more videos. However, I was on break with my side hustle, and it just felt good to take a break from everything for a little bit. So I'm probably a few pounds lighter since you last saw me, maybe a couple shades darker, nothing too different. But anyway, let's get right into it. Today, I'm going to show you how I made a 3-pound Tomahawk steak over Memorial Day weekend. So the method I used was reverse sear, and you're gonna probably ask, Kevin, I don't have a smoker at the house. How can I do this if I only have a gas grill? Well, today's your lucky day because I'm gonna show you how to do it on a gas grill where you don't need an extra smoker or anything like that. So to start, this is what you need. You're gonna need some wood chips. All right, this is just Cowboy brand. Mesquite is my favorite when it comes to beef. I got this at Lowe's. I don't care where you go. I don't care if you chop the wood yourself. Do whatever you need to do. Get yourself some Mesquite wood chips. The one thing you're not gonna see here, but you will see in the video, is the little smoke box that I put the wood chips in. It's just a stainless steel box, has some holes in the top. You put a couple handfuls in there and it creates a smoke inside your charcoal or your gas grill. I don't know why I said charcoal. But anyway, it's a great tool to have. I personally now use an electric smoker when I'm smoking things. I was gonna show you how to do it that way, but in the interest of time and not getting things dirty, I decided to just use one tool, show you guys how it's done. But you can do it however you want. If you have a charcoal smoker, you can do it that way. If you have an electric smoker, do it that way and then sear it off in the grill. However you want. You can sear it in cast iron, it doesn't matter. But the method is reverse sear. We're gonna start low and slow, and then we're gonna crank up that heat when it's ready, and we're gonna throw it on there, 500 degrees or hotter, get a good sear, and then get a great steak. So ultimately, I said you need the wood chips. This is optional, but I would highly suggest a leave-in thermometer. It makes life so much easier. This one is Thermopro. You have the main part right here. You leave it in, you leave it anywhere. This little receiver right here, you can bring it inside the house and it'll beep when it's time. The other one's just a quick read. If this is all you have, just use the quick read. You're just gonna need it more often. Anyway, stay tuned. And here she is, this beautiful certified Angus beef prime Tomahawk steak. Getting ready to throw this on the grill for Memorial Day. Now, this is a very big steak, right? This is just about 3 pounds, a little bit under 3 pounds. The biggest one that I've ever cooked was 4 pounds. So this is a little bit, this should take a little less time. Obviously, hardcore Carnivore Black, my favorite seasoning to use on steaks, hands down. I like to mix and match, but for this occasion, it's just gonna be one seasoning. So the cap is not too big on this bad boy, unfortunately. That's a little bit discouraging, but it's all good. So as you can see, you're gonna lose seasoning sometimes. I already did over there, but that's why I just have that paper towel there sticking out. So this is a really big boy. Pause. So don't be afraid to season it. You really won't over season it because it's such a thick piece of steak that ultimately you need enough seasonings to penetrate in there. So don't be too scared. You can be a little liberal with this. So now with this, one thing I like to do is just go one glove, one bare hand, right? Bare hand for the seasoning, so you don't have to worry about wiping it down afterwards. You just want to pat it in here. And what you didn't see, actually, I did pat this steak down with a paper towel beforehand. So it just kind of removes some of the moisture, helps the seasoning adhere to it a little bit better. So again, don't be afraid to be a little liberal with it. Now you're gonna see when this comes off the grill, it's going to have a nice contrast because of the black seasoning. It's gonna look dark on the outside and a nice pink on the inside. So probably use a little bit more here. Now the one thing you want to make sure you do is get the sides too. You want this thing to be, seasoned really well. Now obviously some of this fat here on the edge, it's not going to matter, but you still want to get a good coating around it all. Now I generally, and if here's a little hack, you can simply pour some on there, pat it down. And generally I go a little bit lighter on seasoning. I'm sure you've probably seen barbecue videos where they go ham, you know, no pun intended, but you know, they've just put a ton, right? And that's cool and all, but like, you know, still trying to watch what we put into our bodies over here, you know what I mean? So anyway, this looks pretty good. Just a pointer. I took this out about 2 hours before I planned to actually throw it on the grill. A normal steak, take it out about an hour, let it come to room temp. But since this was a big boy, we just have to leave it out a little bit longer. And pretty soon this will be ready to go into the grill. All right, so here we go. I've started this grill up a little while ago. I only have 2 burners on to the right to set up that indirect heating. So you're gonna wanna try to maintain about 225, so you definitely gotta keep it low. You might have to open up the lid every once in a while, but we're gonna throw this bad boy on here so you can see. Now I got the smoke box going. You can't really see the smoke right now. You probably can't even see the flames going on, but they're there. Easy way to move these bones, just grab a paper towel. You'll need that later on too when you flip it. We're just gonna put that bad boy right there. I might actually even that a little bit. And then today we're gonna use a Thermopro thermometer. This one is not a quick read, which just leave in. Ignore that. But anyway, I'll set it up. What happens is you're just gonna wanna get somewhere right in the center there. And then we're just gonna leave that in. All right, so the leave-in thermometer is there. Obviously it's only at 51 degrees right now because it's not even close to starting to cook yet. But I have it set for 115. So what's gonna happen is when it's done at 115, it's gonna beep, let me know that it's ready. I'm just going to take it out, crank up the heat, probably use all burners, bring it up to about 500 degrees and then get a nice good sear. Be like 3 to 5 minutes per side. It should take about 35 to 45 minutes, somewhere in that ballpark range, but I don't know for sure because it's smaller, so we're gonna see. But either way, even if you don't have one of these leave-in thermometers, use a quick read. You're just gonna have to check it a little more often, which kind of sucks, but you know about the general time frame on when you need to check it. So there we go. There's my yard, by the way. All right, so we removed the steak at 115. I cranked the grill up. We're at 500 right now. Anything over 450 is what I recommend when you're doing steaks, but you know, everybody has their preference. I like to get it up to 500. So now that we got this going here, we're gonna take this bad boy. This bone is hot, okay? So be careful. You know, let that sear nice and good. 3 to 5 minutes per side. And just to let you know, what you probably won't see is I'm gonna base some butter on it while it cooks. All right. All right, now here it is. As you can see, it's got a nice dark color. The inside should be nice and pink. I pulled it at 130, 131-ish. Generally, I prefer mine on the higher end of medium rare. I can't wait to cut into it, but yeah. Ultimately, I ended up searing it for about 7 minutes each side. Took a little bit longer. It is a big piece of steak. So anyway, let's slice this off the bone. We're gonna set that this way. We're gonna cut this right down the middle. Now this cap is not that, oh my God. Okay, now that is a beautiful, beautiful color. This cap is not as big, so, you know, that's the only downside to this this particular tomahawk. But if you know anything about ribeyes, the cap is the best part on the ribeye. So anyway, I'm gonna slice this up and I'll show you the final product. And as you know, in Kev's Kitchen, whenever we make a steak, we always gotta top it off with a little bit of flake salt. It's a big steak, so do not be afraid to be generous. So there you have it. Let me just tell you, that steak was absolutely incredible. I've only done a big tomahawk like that one other time. I did it the opposite way. I did the sear first and then low and slow. So just a couple of notes. I know I said in the video 35, 45 minutes, something like that. The recipe I was looking at was for a smaller, thinner tomahawk. This one obviously was a big one, pause. So it took longer. It took about an hour to come up to 115, and then I seared it for about somewhere between 5 to 7 minutes on each side. If it was up to me, next time I'd probably take it down 1 minute per side when I'm searing it. But other than that, it was delicious. I highly suggest using prime grade steaks if you're gonna get a tomahawk or any steak. That's usually my preference. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's worth the money, gives you more room for error, because even if it's a little overcooked, it's still gonna be tasty and it's gonna be a little more tender than a lower grade steak. Now, if you're on the East Coast, ShopRite is a great store. They always carry prime meats, usually something different every week, and they usually have a sale. Other stores, not so much, but you know, it's all about your budget. That steak right there was a little over $50, but it fed 3 adults. You could have Wagyu if you really have the money, but you have to get that online most likely, unless you live in a place where you can find that more easily. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. I do appreciate the patience. I told you in the beginning of the video, I've been a little bit more relaxed lately just because I haven't had to do so much, so I decided to just chill. I've also been trying to eat a little bit healthier during the week, so it's harder because that's a lot of repeat meals, and you know, I can get some of those things out here for you and record them and make videos for it, but generally I know you guys like the good stuff, you know, so I wanted to take some time, focus on that, and then now I can start mixing in a few things. And now that everything's opening back up, I'll probably do some more taste testing videos just because everything's more accessible now. But I appreciate your patience. If you like my channel, you probably saw I streamed the other night. Go watch it. It was fun, couple hours. Probably do that every once in a while just for the hell of it. But other than that, I appreciate the support as always. Stay tuned for more.